From the Peterson Health Digital Studio, this is The Lead Live. I'm Louis Amestoy. You're looking at the beautiful, J. David and Amanda Williams, or Amanda and J. David Williams, something along those lines, Surgery Center. At Peterson Health, where you can get a colonoscopy scheduled. I think you can also do your eyes, too, there. We got all sorts of things there for you. It's a great place to go have a nap. I fully recommend it. Leslie, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Hey, Siri, call Andrew Gay. Let's call Andrew Gay. You like my new kind of chill music?
That's some nice lo-fi beats.
Mm-hmm. The New York Times style.
I like it.
Lo-fi.
I don't know if you're live on Facebook yet.
Oh, let me hit the button. Oh, it's good to remind me that. I kind of get going.
That's all good.
Hi, Louis. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew Gay. Welcome to The Lead Live. We're just joining our Facebook audience now this morning with some cool jams. I have this one, and then let me see. I got this one right here.
Oh, nice and folksy.
Were you a part of this yesterday? Did we do this on Monday? Did we do it? We have this one, and then we have.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't, but that's fun.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I love it.
Okay, then we have rap. Rap.
Okay.
This is Andrew's walk-up music.
I can't actually even hear some of the music. I can barely even hear it.
That's okay, Andrew, because it's soft for you. Soft.
Okay.
It's a nice muted.
It's nice music.
Background noise.
All right, hold on a second. Let me pay the bills real quick here with folks.
Okay.
Leslie, did you see this the other day that I put this in here? You didn't see that?
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. That's silly.
I know. Some people aren't ready for that. Oh, my gosh. It's not quite this nice out yet. It's kind of sticky and
but
weird.
It's a little damp. Maybe more rain coming.
I wish that we would just be persistent rain. You know what I mean?
This is about as persistent as it's been for us in a long time.
I know. Oh my gosh. All right. The Lead is brought to you by Peterson Health. We are live from the Peterson Health Digital Studio here in Pine Plow Brewing Company in lovely Kerrville, Texas. Hope you can come and join us today for a pint. Also, K-Pub, safe, reliable, and yours. Our good friends at Gibson's Discount Center, they have it all. They have it all there. Ken Stoppel Ford, the Ford Bronco. And the Real Estate Report every Tuesday with Janelle Peralt and JP Properties. And SLS Partnership Architects. They can help you out with opportunity to design a beautiful home. Herring Printing Company. They got printed paper. And Jody Tillman at New Fed Mortgage. Don't forget that the Herring Printing Company has been with us since 1964. And if you want hats, by the way, our friends over at Gibson's Discount Center, they got them. They got hats for days. Tonight, over Arcadia Live, they've got John Bauman.
They do.
We gave away tickets yesterday to John Bauman, to Jim Ramsey. He was the winner of the tickets. So that was good.
Yeah.
Also, if you need legal advice, go see our friend over at Greg A. Richards. He's got real estate, business law, estate planning, and probate, and he's got a beautiful bald head. So there you go. Those are some of our announcements today. Oh, by the way, if you need a mattress, if you need a bed, a pillow, all right, where the hell is this thing now? You know, I organized this the other day, and then I failed.
Oh, no.
Failed to get it correct. Where is the, I don't know where it's at. Go to Mattress World. There it is. Mattress World on Junction Highway. Give them a call at 792-3833. They have Serta, they have iComfort, but they have pillows that'll change your life. So
I do love a pillow that can change my life.
Your boss says they'll change your life.
I believe that. Julie knows her way around a pillow.
She knows her way around a pillow. What else do we have here? What else I got to spit out? I think that's enough for now. All right, back to the scene, the serenity of the Guadalupe River. Andrew Gay, what is going on in the world of finance this morning? How are you?
Let me disrupt your serene environment there and talk about financial markets just for a minute. And I got a quick one for you. I'll be brief this morning.
You don't have to be brief,
Andrew Gay here.
We love it when you're
okay.
not.
Well, there's one major thing happening this morning.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about that. Andrew Gay here, independent financial advisor with Texas Hill Country Advisors. We offer securities and investment advisory services through Next Financial Group, member FINRA SIPC. So today was all about inflation. We got the Fed's preferred metric of inflation this morning, which is personal consumption expenditures, and it's for the month of February. That came in at 0.4% on the month, which is a relatively high monthly number, but it was actually kind of expected. There were some whispers earlier in the week that this number was anticipated to be a little hotter because we also saw a little bit hotter than anticipated or hotter than what the Fed would want to see as an inflation number earlier this month for the CPI, which is Consumer Price Index. So we get two metrics of inflation every month. They look at the monthly number, analyze the monthly number, but then they add it to the yearly back 12 months to come up with a year-over-year number as well. So that number is also important. That's the number the Fed is chasing, getting down to 2%, is the year-over-year number. So if we take this most recent monthly number, add it to the last 12 months, we come up with a 2.5% year-over-year number for inflation. And this is the Fed's preferred metric of inflation. So remember, their target is 2%. Where they're at 2.5%. They're above their target, okay, but they are believed to be still marching down towards the 2% target.
Okay.
Evidence of that can be seen in the marketplace, because traders are betting that we still see 3 rate cuts by the end of the year from the Fed. Some of that might change today after this inflation number came out, but we don't see a lot of things shifting so far. So it's kind of a lackluster report overall, but the market's like that right now because they're focused on whether or not we're going to see economic data moving forward that's going to show us that maybe the economy is slowing down a little bit, and those metrics are not going to be the inflation metrics. So the market's trying to turn away from that. So they're just going to kind of put this under its belt and move forward, and we're going to march right into April. We're going to wait for March's inflation number, the Fed's meeting. All that stuff is still on the docket for next month. So this will close out March for us.
There's a lot of speculation this morning that the Dow is down 300 points, the S&P's down, that the numbers won't be good. Is that what you're hearing, you think?
Well, and I would just say, this is the bears are back, right? And
yeah.
Like if you remember back to 2022, and I made that little that picture, I photoshopped a few things together, and we talked about the bear hawk.
Yeah,
right? And
the bear hawk
tone from the Federal Reserve, because hawkish came from the Federal Reserve side of them anticipating to raise interest rates to cool off inflation, and that was a hawkish tone from them. And then the bearish side came from the idea that investors in the stock market were bearish, or they thought they think things are moving downward in a downward trajectory. That means you're bearish, as
right.
opposed to being bullish, thinking that things were moving upward. So what I would say is over the last 3 to 4 weeks, we've seen this comeback of the bears in the stock market, saying that we're kind of in correction, close to correction territory, if not in correction territory, for the NASDAQ and S&P maybe. We're in negative territory on year-to-date numbers for the 3 major indexes. And then also we've seen a lot of money flow into the bond market, which pushes interest rates down. The bond market is bigger than the stock market, but it doesn't get near the amount of attention. There's way more money there, and it affects things like interest rates, namely mortgage rates. We think about mortgage rates. That's a really big benchmark interest rate here in the U.S. that we kind of follow. A lot of lenders follow that, realtors, right? Mortgage lenders, all those people follow that. And there's been a lot of money moving into the bond market, which has been pushing bond face values up and pushing yields or interest rates down. And we're seeing that at the same time that the stock market is showing some weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of the fundamentals of how you would think markets should react, where if we're in what they call a risk-off tone in the equity markets, where people are kind of selling out of stocks and things are going down, that money a lot of times moves into safer assets, or what's perceived as safer assets, such as bonds. So the money goes into the bond market, that pushes the face value up of the bonds and the interest rates down across the board. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We did not see that in 2022. 2022, interest rates went up at the same time that the stock market was going down. So bonds face value went down at the same time that stocks went down in 2022. That is not what's happening right now. So I say that to say that a lot of people still remember 2022 and things went down across the board, and that's not really what's happening right now, because as the stock market is going down, the bond market is actually going up, and that's what's been happening in the last few weeks.
All right.
So anyway, I don't know if that makes if that's too in the weeds, if that makes any sense, but those things matter for investors and people that are positioning money for things like legacy, just long-term investing in general. Protection plays have been a big deal with interest rates being where they're at. So all of this stuff that's happening is driving conversations that we're having with clients and about how they can not just continue to accumulate and grow their wealth, but also protect it.
It's weird to me that the dictator in China, who's a commie, sounds more like a capitalist than some of our guys do. He's like, we can't go backwards. We need to go forwards. Globalism is here, which I argue.
Yeah. He sounds like a capitalist, but then they own pieces of all their quote private businesses.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Words are just air.
I know. It's weird. It's a weird deal. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that he's clearly. I mean, what's his net worth? How rich is he?
You can't trust anything coming out of China, for real. Like, you really can't. And then, like, that guy's net worth, you probably couldn't trust that number either, because someone that is close to, like, it's not. There's no objectively. There's no like third party looking at. There's no reason for them to be honest.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist.
Do you see the thing where the woman who was like who whistle blew on Facebook, where Zuckerberg wanted to talk to Z, and they thought they could do like a little pull aside with them, and they couldn't get past the company or division level size of security that guarded him out. Like, they couldn't even see him, and it's like, here's one of the richest men in the world, can't even get near the premier of China because there was so much security around him. So it's very interesting.
That's crazy. I didn't hear about that, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. The tariffs are going to hit automakers. I think here in Texas too, because a lot of those vehicles are made. A lot of the Japanese have a pretty heavy investment here in Texas, especially Toyota, where I think the parts are coming from other parts of the world. So, I mean, obviously, this whole thing is just really strange. Like, today we have the Greenland invasion thing is going to probably happen today. Is J.D. Vance going to bring his platoon of troops with him, or what do you think is going to happen in Greenland?
I don't know about Greenland, but I do know about the tariffs, and I know markets have been paying close attention to that and try to interpret a lot of that. And there is well, I would say I would reference a conversation I just witnessed yesterday on Bloomberg, and they were expanding on the idea about like what kind of impact or how long is it actually going to take for some of this to like have real impacts in our economy, and it's going to take a long time. It's not overnight that you're going to incentivize these people to move manufacturing back here and yada, in the whole story, right? It's like that's going to be very messy, and it's going to take time to like really be able to zoom out and look back and say, okay, did it work? We're only going to know that in hindsight.
Yeah.
And so we're in it right now. Like, we are in it, and sometimes you can't actually see as clearly while you're in whatever it is until you're out of it. That's why, the saying hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. Which is even more reason that I like coming on your show and talking about this stuff, because there's so much uncertainty that if you are invested in the market at all and you don't do what we do, and you don't know what you don't know, and that's no fault of your own, and it's really hard to make sense of all this crap.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I know what affects me, what doesn't affect me? How do I know what affects my portfolio, doesn't affect my portfolio? So like that's what we can make sense of for you?
Just Andrew, good job as always. Appreciate it very much.
Thank
Just
you.
so you guys know that there was a massive earthquake in Thailand and Myanmar today. That if you've seen some of the video of it, like it's the worst case scenario if you live in an urban area where skyscrapers just collapse. I think one of them was under construction, so it
Yeah, you
collapsed.
talk about economic impacts. That's going to have an economic impact
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, 7.7. Gosh, gee, man, Christmas, all these pop-ups. The 7.7 magnitude quake with an epicenter near Mandalay, that's in Myanmar. It's the second largest city in Myanmar. Struck at midday and was followed by a strong 6.4 magnitude. That's the tough one. You get weakened by that big quake, and then boom, here comes another one. But there was in Bangkok, there was buildings that collapsed. The situation in Myanmar is pretty bad. Apparently, they don't know how many people died. The USGS says it thinks it could be in the thousands killed. Ancient temples destroyed. A crane toppled a building. Just a terrifying situation where if you don't have the right building codes, stuff comes down. So, they have a taco shop in Bangkok. Did you know that, Leslie?
I sure didn't.
I did not know. Sunrise Taco in Bangkok. I'm like, what
Did
the-
it survive the
you know,
earthquake?
Yeah.
I think about those
Yeah.
people. My heart hurts for
Yeah.
anybody that's like victim for that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff
it's tough.
because,
It's really
right
awful.
Now, like it just happened, right? And it's just now got dark over there.
Yeah.
So like they're going into, it just happened 12 hours ago.
That also
Yeah.
means there'll be tsunami warnings.
Yeah. Well, no, it was
Yeah, now it's all
inland.
dark,
It was
so it's
inland.
like
It was inland?
It was
Okay.
inland. Yeah, it was inland. So
Every time I'd hear those things, like when Will was been stationed on an island, it's always then you prepare for tsunami in places.
spilled coffee all over myself.
Oh God, get a grip.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. 'Cause
Why?
I'm gonna get back to it. I hope y'all
What are
have
you,
a
what are you gonna?
wonderful
Where are you
weekend.
going? What are you gonna do?
I got to work, and then actually I got a bunch of stuff I got to.
Well, we don't want you to go, Andrew. We like you. All right, goodbye, Andrew.
Got baby.
All right. I got rid of him.
No, you graciously asked him to stay.
I love Andrew.
He does a great job.
Oh my gosh. All right. Top stories for today locally.
Okay.
Yesterday we had a show of shows yesterday. This
Good.
is normally Julie Davis is not here today. She's on some kind of vacation.
Yeah, I took her spot today because she's they're judging barbecue this
Oh, are they?
weekend. Yeah,
Oh.
as part of their plans.
That was their plans. How cute is that?
Isn't it cute?
It's so cute. They're so cute.
I know.
There's a judging barbecue, so she's off today. So normally, a lot of times, like if I don't have a guest on Friday, it's just Julie and I just.
so you
saying
got me
stuff.
today.
I got you today. That's perfect, though. But we had a show. We had 8 guests on yesterday. It was
That's
exhausting.
impressive.
We had Darby Campbell. Let me see if I can remember all of them. We had Darby Campbell. We had Courtney McDonald. Jennifer Kramer filled in for Julie since Julie blew us off.
She didn't blow you off. She told you she wasn't going to be here.
No, she didn't.
That is okay.
She said she was swapping with you.
I don't believe you. But go ahead.
I don't believe myself either. Dalton Rice was here. Dr. Lindy Rachel was here from Peterson Health talking about your tummy. We had Trey Atkinson making his first appearance ever on the show. We had Rachel Lovelace. Lovely.
Isn't she?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met her before. I thought I
I'm
met
so
her, but I
glad
don't know if I've met her or not.
She's one of those, like, Rachel's kind of in a lot of places you don't know she's always there, and she does a great job.
Yeah, Sarah Tacey was there.
Yeah,
So-
they talked about the opening of their play this
Yeah.
weekend.
I love the fact that I have like Jennifer Kramer as a guest host on. Like she can just kind of fill in if you're not here,
Yeah, Jennifer's great.
or Julie's not here. I mean, like the guest host I'm building.
She's down to clown with you.
She is, and like if I have my all-star cast of guest hosts, it would be Leslie hosting with Jennifer Kramer, Julie Davis, Libby Horton. That'd be my panel.
It's lovely that you picked all women.
Who else
That's
would we have?
very
Who else would we
interesting.
have on the show? Who else would we have? Who'd be our
I
panel?
feel like there's what are we paneling about?
I don't know. I mean, if you know who would be? If I could have a women's week.
Okay.
Okay,
Would you do?
I want to do. I want to just have a women's week. I keep telling you this. You're in
Okay.
charge. Okay.
We do. You do.
Do I?
Yeah, we did a Women's Week.
Did we?
Yeah, you were gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Much better. It was a much better show.
No, so for your next Women's Week.
Okay, here's my host lineup. Okay, it'd be you. Stacey Laparati would be a host.
Stacey would be great.
Libby would be a host. Jennifer Peterson
Yes,
would be a host.
this is great.
Jennifer Kramer would be a host.
Yes.
Who else could I do?
You need to pull some people from Doyle.
Doyle could be. Yeah, I could get some people from Doyle. But I mean, I would just have women on the show the whole week. So
I love it. I think that's a great idea.
right. I mean, and that's flexible. I mean, we could also. I think Katie Thompson could be a host.
Okay.
I would love to have, let me see who else could host. We got a deep bench.
You do.
We got a deep bench
You
of
do have a
people that
deep
we
bench.
could pull together and then do it. Because better you guys discuss this than me. But yesterday's show though was crazy because we had so many guests on, and yesterday was colon cancer awareness. Well, this is colon cancer awareness month.
That's important.
So we wrote a whole story out of this deal. And the importance of, if you are a younger person, you have issues that are not normal, not going away, you need to go see a doctor.
Yes.
And Dr. Rochelle was making a good point yesterday that it's more common, it's becoming increasingly more common to see younger people having colon cancer issues or polyps, things like that. So while they recommend a colonoscopy at 45, they're seeing younger people dealing with it. So, so that was interesting to talk to him about.
I think it's an important thing to talk about because nobody really talks about colons.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about your bowel movements.
Yeah,
it's gross.
And colon is a funny thing to say.
Yeah, colon.
And it has to do with, like you said, your bowel, your BMs.
I don't know what happened to Jacoby.
Jacoby's in the chat. She said, "Good morning. She wishes she was here, but Trailhead Song Circle ran late last night."
I was up until 4. Oh,
Amy Goodyear says chopped liver. Amy's on your roster. You didn't name Amy.
I know. Amy Goodyear is definitely on my roster. Amy could host a show. Amy could host a roundtable discussion about the arts with Sarah Tacey.
Yes.
Jeneth Lanza.
Yes.
Who else could we have on that
You
panel?
have a whole bunch of people. I think Becca Bagat could be on that.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, Amy could sit here and probably name off a whole bunch. Katie Bishop. There's a whole bunch of them that could do this.
Okay.
And I'm blanking on names because I'm on the spot, but I think that would be fabulous.
Who else could we have? Who else could we do?
There should just be like a women's in theater
Women
day.
in theater. I'm trying to think of who else
Or performing arts. Women in the performing arts.
Amy, spit it out. Who we want to have on that?
I bet she's already making a list.
Make a list, Amy. Yeah, I mean, that's how deep
There's
it is.
Sherry. There's so many. There's this outstanding cast over there. On both sides.
I'm going to call Jacoby Caldwell.
Okay. Jacoby, he's calling you.
Hey, Siri, call Jacoby Caldwell. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm going to call Jacoby Caldwell. She could probably host the show. Answer your phone, Jacoby.
Hello, I'm here.
Good morning.
Good morning. I wonder if this is an okay microphone or if I need my...
Oh, you sound great.
You sound fine. This is fine. You're perfect.
Okay.
Why you wanted to come on the show, but you didn't tell me why. You just said, I'm going to come on. I said, certainly.
Yes, we're having a songwriters contest on Sunday.
Sunday.
And,
Songwriters contest live at Trailhead.
It is the preliminary qualifier for the Marble Falls Jam Fest contest.
Nice.
Well, I didn't realize I had left. Wait, hold on a second. I got a crisis on my hand. I got to get rid of JD Vance. Sorry. Continue on. Sorry.
And so what you do, you can walk up. There's no fee.
No fee.
You do not. Yeah, you do not have to. There's a big talking in the background. Not that I mind, but there's some really big talking. I can't tell what's going on. So, at anyway, there's no fee. You come and you play. We have great judges. Conrad's one of the judges. Ty Phelps is helping put it all together. We have Rob Vieira helping with sound. It's just going to be a really fun afternoon on Sunday.
Nice.
What time does that start?
That starts at 2. If you're going to join in the contest, you may want to get there around 1.
All right.
Outstanding.
Yeah, kind of laid back. It needs to be original music, and we really want to send a winner to Marble Falls.
Okay, so bring your best.
But that means you have to go to Marble Falls, though. Who wants to do that, though? Is that really? Is I don't know.
Well,
Let
if
her
you
do
win,
her job.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. If you win in Kerrville, you are guaranteed a spot at the Marble Falls thing. And what happens there is you get a free guitar, $1,000.
Oh, nice.
You get the Tillman Award. You get a fully produced song. You get a promotion from a professional promotion company, and then you get to open for a Sleep at the Wheel on May 3rd.
Oh,
Wow.
hell yeah.
I guess you should go to Marble Falls then.
I think so. I think it behooves
some
you
pie.
to come get it started in Kerrville, to come represent us there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So that's Sunday. What time is it again?
It's at 2:00, and if you're joining in, go ahead and try to be there around 1:15.
Okay. All right.
Exciting. Looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. That's very exciting. So, all right, I'm excited for this. This is going to be good. So I'll come by and say hi to you guys on Sunday then.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Love to see you.
If you were on our all women panel, would you be a guest or a host?
Oh, I would. Well, I like to talk, so you can.
There
put
could
me
be a
in either
singer
place.
songwriter. Jacoby could host a songwriter and.
Yeah, we could have a singer.
Yeah.
We could have a musician day. You could have. You know what? We could have you.
Kathleen.
Who?
Kathleen Hudson.
Kathleen Hudson. Yeah.
Yes.
What about Rebecca Loby? She could have her come on.
Oh, yes. Rebecca, and then Susan Herndon.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
What about your
we
friends?
could also-
What about your friends, the
Dallas.
Flying A's? Dallas, yeah.
Dallas is a good one,
What about
too.
the Flying A's? They could come out.
They're coming a week from Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, they
All
would
right.
love. But listen, I am having a women's festival already. Nobody knows about this. Keep it quiet.
You're breaking news.
Breaking news.
That's
I'm
exciting.
actually, I actually already have contracts and women scheduled for the fall at Shriner.
Fantastic.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, then.
That's a great thing to hear more about.
All right. We're going to do this
Yes.
women's thing. I'm really excited about it. So. All right.
All
Good,
right.
good job. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for calling.
All
I
right.
really appreciate
All
it.
right.
Y'all have
See
a
ya.
great
You
day.
too.
Bye, Jacoby.
Jacoby Caldwell.
Okay.
All right.
Bye bye.
I just got a note from somebody saying that April 4th is they're going to do a cornerstone laying ceremony April 4th
Okay.
at the new public safety building.
Okay.
This is at Clearwater Paseo in Rio Monte. This is conducted by the Grand Lodge of Texas. I guess this is a Mason thing.
all right.
Three Masons in Texas were Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston, Davy Crockett, Jim Bowie, William Travis. Wait a minute. Didn't those guys all get killed? And mostly early Texas Rangers, including Frank Hamer, who tracked down and shot Bonnie and Clyde. All right, so that's 10 a.m. The problem with that is that we're doing the show at 10 a.m. All right.
Maybe you're late to it.
Okay, here we go. All right. Let me see here. What else do we have going on? We got that. Oh, yesterday's show. Also, we had Trey Atkinson on for the first time,
That's what you said.
who's the general managing partner of. I don't know. He's a partner. He works for his dad over there at Cecil Atkinson. They basically had their entire inventory crushed.
Oh, I bet.
By the storm. So they were doing. He called it a hail of a sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah.
Hail of a sale, and so he. He's that it was bad. That storm was really bad, and you know, like I said, because you live in Kerrville and you live in certain parts of the town, you don't even think about it, and then the rest of the town got like annihilated by the storm.
Yeah.
If you,
a section, but it did a massive damage.
if you live south of the river, you were like, oh, not me. Fine with me. But on the north side, just south of the 10, man,
Yeah.
you guys drive by it. Is Enterprise got all their cars moved out of there, or are they still sitting there?
I gotta go look. I haven't
Bed
really
X
paid
got
attention.
wiped out.
Yeah.
The Home Depot, Lowe's parking lots got wiped. I mean,
but Acapulco's got back open to this week,
Yeah.
which was good. Cracker Barrel was closed the next day.
Yeah.
And I think they're back up in action. It was the next morning we went and looked because we just surveyed the building to make sure everything was okay. Then on one side of the building, because like the hail like piled up like on the sides,
Right.
and we still had hail embedded in the dirt that hadn't melted yet.
oh really? Wow.
It was insane.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
And then, like, if you notice, I noticed when I sat down on my desk, there was little piles of dirt, and it was probably from where hail was hitting the ceiling so hard that it was shaking stuff out of the
that's amazing.
out of the roof.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's terrifying.
It was terrifying. At my house, it was pretty gnarly, but I got lucky. So
Dalton Rice said he expects the damage to be in the millions. The city manager, and we mentioned this before that Fire Chief Eric Maloney said miraculously nobody was hurt.
yes.
There were no accidents, but you know,
Yeah. One of
Trackins-
our coworkers, her husband was driving in it.
yeah,
He was on Butt Holdsworth, and it was like their car is just
trash.
trashed.
Trackinson said we were the ball to the Storm's Louisville Slugger on Sunday night.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. So he did say though that he was one of the things that he said that was interesting is that the community again stepped up, and he said Terry Massey over at the Kensible Ford called him and said, hey, what can we do to help you guys?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not probably much they can do, but I mean, it's just like they have to, like,
but it's neighbors helping neighbors because like you can't help things like this.
Right.
Nobody could stop that.
I know. You know who we should have on the show today? I should have demanded that Tara Bushnell come on the show today.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
Tara would be great.
Yeah, they had I went to. I had
they
never
had a
been to
board meeting.
I've never been to their board meetings before, so I went to the first time. Dr. Rector was well behaved. It was good. They talked about the possibly a lot of. Here's the interesting thing that's happening in Texas, right? I'm gonna say it like we don't want to California your Texas, and here's what I say. Like I'm gonna say this to you guys. California, my home state, is just so out of control sometimes. Like it just there's just too many damn people, and you know I lived in an area that was for the longest time was agricultural,
Right.
You know, rural agricultural. You know, like I remember like we could go up to and pick cherries or peaches, and you know, it was just a deal. You know, it was a thing. You could go to get a little higher elevation, get apples, and anything you wanted, you could get. You go down a little lower, you can get oranges or grapefruit or lemons. You know, anything was there. Like all that stuff is
It
gone.
was all
now.
accessible. Yeah.
It's all gone now, right? It's all ripped out in favor of what? Houses. You know,
That's a shame.
and you know so the county that I grew up in, they finally put in conservation easements. They put in conservation, you know, habitats to protect some of the open spaces that were there that made the area sort of noteworthy and notable. I'm surprised they haven't bulldozed the mountains. You know, sometimes this mountain's inconvenient. Let's knock this damn thing down. You know, so Texas faces the same issue, and so these groups are coming in there and saying, well, how do we protect our watershed? How do we protect the river? How do we protect? And so they're like, well, one of the ways we do this is that you put your land into a conservation trust.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a tax break, of course. And so the Guadalupe Blanco,
GBRT.
is it Blanco for that or Blanco?
I believe it's Blanco, but everybody around here says Blanco.
Yeah, the GBRT, which is going to become the Guadalupe River Conservancy. They're rebranding, they're changing their name.
Yes.
They addressed the board, detailing that what they're working on, their mission, and how this stuff works and stuff like that. It was pretty fascinating to listen to.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. I've been investigating some of it, learning more about this stuff just as part of being peripherally to it at Riverside. So it's valuable and it's important.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's good to learn. It's good that they're out and they're learning about it. And I'm glad that UGRA is always the best stewards of our river anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're doing what their jobs are by talking to these people.
We also talked with Sarah Tacey and Rachel Lovelace, and they're doing their play tonight.
Love, loss, and
what I wore. And we
Opening
were talking about things that we hung on to that we've worn.
Yes.
What is the thing you've held on that you should not have held on to?
A sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt.
Yeah. Things
I
like
have
that.
T-shirts that are almost as old as you are.
Or it's a zip up hoodie. There's things that I've kept. It's just I can't let go.
I have T-shirts that are probably older than you.
You probably do.
Yeah. I've got a T-shirt from 1989 that I still have, and I've got my Letterman's jacket, which I got in 1986.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go.
I love that.
Were you even born in 86?
I was 3 years old.
Oh
sir.
my God! Oh, that's right. So yeah, I've got that stuff. That's probably the oldest thing I have. Is probably my Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
So, did you get a Letterman's jacket?
Letterman, yes, I did. It's at my parents' house somewhere.
You know, that was still.
I also technically at Shriner they called it a Letterman, but it wasn't like a Letterman that I knew.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where that thing is.
Yeah.
I think it meant more to me in my high school Letterman's jacket. To me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so I did not graduate from the high school that I have my Letterman's jacket from. I graduated from another high school, but I still have that Letterman's jacket.
I don't know. There's something really nostalgic about a Letterman's jacket, even though I was really bad about getting patches for it.
I've got mine's. You know, the patches are hard to come by in those days.
Yeah, they were.
We get these big square patches that were for the league championships.
Yeah.
We get. So, yeah, I had that. Yeah, whenever I mention this to people though who know me, they're like, "Oh God, here you go." Anyway, but go see Sarah Tacey and that group out there at Hill Country Arts Foundation.
Sarah texted me on Thursday, I believe, after they did. It was after one of their final their dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
and she was like, "You really need to see this show." And I was like, "I know I need to see the show." I was excited about it when I read about it, and I was like, "And I know I'm going to cry." But it's one of those like it's just. Sometimes you need to go cry, and sometimes you got to do it at local theater. So I'm excited for it.
I'm going to stop by there tonight, I think, because I got to go to a baseball game over there at Ingram. So I might just swing by and take some photos. Shriner Baseball, by the way, is on the road tonight. They're playing at St. Thomas in Houston. Baseball has been equally terrible and equally fascinating to watch this season. They can score a lot of runs. And they can also give up a lot of runs. Their games are like football scores, 14-10, 16-8, that kind of stuff. So they're out at St. Thomas, and then the softball team they are playing host to Concordia this weekend. So there you go. We also Wednesday had a delightful conversation with Bill Raleigh, of Shriner, talking about this what's going on with their football program and all their sports programs. They're going to go into a new conference.
Okay.
The conference will be McMurray, Hardin Simmons, Howard Payne.
So they're going back.
Mary Hardin Baylor.
That was the conference
Shriner,
I played in.
McMurray.
Yeah, you already said McMurray.
McMurray. Wait, there's one other one that I'm missing.
That was the
East Texas Baptist.
Okay, because that's pretty much the conference
ASC.
I when I was at Shriner. That's who we always played. Was all those.
Yeah, that's not a good football conference for them.
No, it's not.
Mary
Hardin Simmons has they've had a program for a long time.
So and Mary Hardin Baylor has won a national championship in the last 4 years.
Okay.
So
okay.
I didn't talk about this yesterday at all, but look, folks, Rich Paces, who's a Precinct 2 commissioner, needs to resign. Why? Because he cannot pay attention to the rules of the state. I know that a lot of you people out there think that you can just get away with stuff, but when are we going to stop? When are we going to put our foot down on these things? You know, like you can go have a signal conversation with everybody and not have any accountability and expose our service people to danger and then try to justify it by saying, oh, it was successful. What if it wasn't successful? What if one of those planes got shot down? What if one of those planes See, the good thing is that nobody likes the Houthis, right? The Saudis don't like them. The Israelis don't like them. You know, probably the Russians don't even like them. I mean, nobody likes those guys. So, yeah, it was going to be successful. But you know what? Saudi Arabia has hit them numerous times. So what do you justify by that level of success? Did you nuke them? No. You hit them with bombs. The same kind of bombs that we give to Saudi Arabia, using the same kind of aircraft that we give Saudi Arabia. So this level of accountability that's out there just doesn't seem to exist anymore. People seem to ignore this. Rich Paces had no business going to a Headwaters groundwater conservation meeting in February. I've heard about this for a few weeks. I finally confirmed that he was there Thursday, or I guess it was Wednesday afternoon. I confirmed it, that he was there, Tom Jones was there, and Jeff Holt was there. Now, Leslie, you got hit with this one time. You got a little warning. You got a little slap on the hand because
I had a walking quorum.
You had a walking quorum. Okay, for a commission thing like that, not that big of a deal, right? But if you were told,
the committee, yes, agreed. Yeah,
but when you're an elected official, right? When you're an elected official like that, you have if you know that you're going to create a walking quorum, you leave. You don't attend the meeting. Hey, what happened to that meeting, Jeff? Or guess what? It's also videoed. They put a video recording of it out there. If you'd like to see it, I have a copy of it. And where you can't see Pace is on there, but he's there, right? Ironically, 2 days before, they were told by County Attorney Heather Stebbins, like, here is a refresher on the Texas Open Meetings Act. Here's what you need to do. Now, I don't know how they discussed it because it was in closed session, but it says that on the agenda in closed session, we're going to discuss the Texas Open Meetings Act. 2 days later, Rich Paces shows up at the Headwaters meeting with two other members. Now, those two other members were supposed to be there. Tom Jones is the liaison for the court to Headwaters, and Jeff Holt was making another one of his Kendall County presentations because he apparently thinks he's the Kendall County Precinct 5 commissioner. That's another story. But Rich Paces knew better. He knew better, and he still did it. He still went to the meeting. He had a refresher course on the Open Meetings Act. He has to take continuing education on this act. This is not the first time he's been caught. I caught him a year ago, or 2 years ago. 2023, he sent an email detailing plans for resolution on election integrity to Harley Ballou and Don Harris. That is a violation of the Open Meetings Act. That is a walking quorum. We've reported this in 2023, 2024. I suspect there's probably other violations. So, rightfully so, the county appears that they're going to prosecute Mr. Paces for this, and he should do the right thing, and he should resign. His term has been an absolute disaster. And if you look at this, like, how can you say that it's a disaster? Like, oh, he's doing the good thing. No, he's not. He's cost the county hundreds of thousands of dollars because of his election deniability issues. His political allies have wreaked havoc in the county by just needless public records requests, harassment of public officials, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars because, Bob Reeves, who officially ran the elections previously, were they perfect? Of course not. Nothing's perfect. I don't know why we think that things are going to be perfect. It doesn't make sense for him to continue on as our Precinct 2 commissioner, especially if you're facing a criminal charge. Time to resign. Just cut it out. We don't need to spend any more taxpayer dollars on your nonsense. You're out. It's easy to do. Let's put somebody in back. It's like bring back Beck Gibson back to the court, for crying out loud, so we can have somebody who's at least competent on this commissioner's court, so that we can move forward with these things. Even this 391 commission thing that they cooked up to fight the batteries, like, nobody's listening to them. They can't get the attention of the PUC. They can't get attention of the other organizations, the LCRA, the Lower Colorado River Authority. They don't listen to them. Like, they don't tell them, we don't have to listen to you. TCQ will listen to you, but TCQ is not going to overrule you on this. It's a private properties issue. Why I don't understand why they can't get that through their heads. Until you change it in the legislature, then stop complaining about it. Oh, by the way, you can't lobby in the legislature either, because it's just a mess. But this guy, how many more violations are we going to have to deal with this guy? So our recommendation is that he should resign, do the right thing. He's violated the Open Meetings Act. It's an unethical thing that he did. Time for him to move on. And with that, Leslie, I'm happy. I'm done.
Okay.
The weekend is upon us.
It is.
What kind of cool and exciting things do we have?
We got a lot of cool stuff. You talked about some of them.
Yes.
Let me get it pulled up with my handy dandy app. One, of course, you have the opening weekend of Love, Loss, and What I Wore over at the Hill Country Arts Foundation. Go see that. It's also the second weekend for Lost and Youngers. That's over at VK Garage, Playhouse 2000. See that too.
Yeah.
They're both great plays. I've heard nothing but good things. So go see them. I'm excited to see both. It's one-on-one with a naturalist today at Riverside Nature Center, 10 to 12. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask a master naturalist, they'll be there. Or if you want to learn more about the Master Naturalist program, they're there for that. Also, they tend to go live on Facebook, so you don't have to be there in person. You could submit your questions that way. Of the Earth exhibit is also live and well over at the Hill Country Arts Foundation for you to go enjoy. This is a great way to support local artists, as is visiting Arts and Cultural Center with a slew of exhibits for you to enjoy. Also a great way to support local artists, and these are free. Over at Shriner University, you can still catch the American Revolution Experience. That's the traveling exhibit that'll be there till April 4th. That is in the Logan Library. So still time to see that. A great free exhibit to take advantage of. Tonight, Kyle Brohl will be playing at Turtle Creek Olive and Vines from 5 to 8. You also have Tim and Gary over at Cafe at the Ridge. Shriner University hosting a star party tonight, 6:30.
Maybe.
And then,
Actually,
if
it might
weather
clear
holds out.
It might clear out later.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then, of course, karaoke at Inn of the Hills from 7 to 11. And the Flashbacks will be playing at the Wyo Ranch Hotel. John Bauman, that you talked about, he'll be taking the stage tonight at Arcadia Live. Get your tickets for that. That should be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow, of course, Hillside Harvest Market to start off your day over at Carlson Law Firm at 5 Points. That is 8 to 1. And then you can meander into downtown Kerrville for Heart of the Hills Farmers Market. That's usually 10 to 2. Got all kinds of great treats. Fantastic way to support local business. It's a disc golf tournament over at Shriner University.
Full, by the way.
Is it sold out?
Sold out.
I decided I would probably I would rather spectate disc golf than golf. I think I've decided that. Seems like a good time.
It is a good time.
Because I personally don't see the appeal of golf. No offense, guys.
I didn't know that Andrew Gay. I didn't know if Andrew Gay was going to do it again this year.
Oh, was he in it?
Yeah, he was in it last year.
Okay. Well, if he's competing, good luck, Andrew.
Yeah.
But it's tomorrow at 10 a.m. It is also Family Free Day at the Museum of Western Art. So if you're a Kirk County resident, you can go enjoy the museum for free. And they usually do a really fun activity. That is 10 to 4. You have a Hillside Stewardship Workshop over at Riverside Nature Center that we would love for you to attend. So contact them for more information. That is 10 to 2. More live music coming. Hunter Billingsley will be at Turtle Creek Olive and Vines Saturday afternoon from 3 to 6. You've also got Chris and Bill playing here at Pite and Plow from 6 to 8. Brent and Brian will be over at Cafe at the Ridge. And then, of course, this is my new favorite local band that I still need to go see, and I want their merch. Joe Bob Bar and Grill over at Inn of the Hills. I think I love the name. Do you want to start a fan club with me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, we're the Joe Bob Bar and Grillettes. Let's see. Sunday, you can enjoy Bob Stewart. He'll be playing over at Gravity Check at 1 p.m. Kerrville Hills Winery is hosting a sip and shop Sunday afternoon from 2 to 5 over at Kerrville Hills Winery. So you can enjoy some lovely shopping and enjoy some lovely wine. There's also, I forgot to mention on Saturday, a plant swap at Riverside that you can come and enjoy. Bring your plant swap with others. That is 3 to 5. Yeah. Excited for that.
So you can take your Venus 5 trap and I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, and you can swap it with somebody else. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Let's see. Lee Winwright on Sunday afternoon will be playing at Turtle Creek Olive and Vines from 3 to 6, and then the Heartbreak Outlaws will be playing at Howdy's from 5 to 8 on Sunday evening. So a lot of free live music to go enjoy this weekend. So you should go do that.
Amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. So many exciting things.
So many. It's a great time of year. We're getting busier and busier.
I don't know what this means.
Love this rain we got. What do you not know?
I do not know what this means, by the way. Oh, yesterday we did run a story about Elon Musk. He was on Fox News yesterday. People were very excited about that. We had some interesting comments on there. But I asked a thing. I said, here's some perspective for you. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, has violated your privacy numerous times, and it's being sued on numerous occasions. So here's let me give you the specific.
And led by a man that benefits from a lot of government contracts.
Yes. Right. Right.
So I I don't really care about his take
Yeah.
on government efficiency.
I know.
Frankly.
Social Security Administration databases containing personal and financial information of hundreds of millions of Americans, including master beneficiary records, supplemental security records, and nubitant files. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Department of Education. 42 million borrowers had their records looked at. IRS tax records containing income details, financial assets, child support records, investment portfolios, divorce settlements, and alimony arrangements were looked at. Employment data from various agencies, including salaries, job histories, and benefits information. Financial records such as bank account details and credit history. Treasury Department payment systems responsible for dispersing trillions of dollars annually. Sensitive information from intelligence agencies that could potentially jeopardize the safety of U.S. citizens working in the intelligence community. Those are all ways that Doge has basically violated your own personal privacy. So we had an interesting mix of folks out there that said, "Oh no, it's okay, it's great. They're patriots doing America's work." Are they? Or are they just self-serving billionaires trying to get to this deal? I didn't know this, by the way.
Also, what makes Elon Musk not an immigrant?
I know. Why isn't he being rounded up and deported? So, and if you burn a Tesla, it's a hate crime. So there you go. That's another amazing
I think
thing.
this all speaks for itself.
Yeah. The other part of this that I don't quite understand is that there's this sort of this idea. You know, the interview was on Fox. Bret Baier wears a lot of makeup. Have you seen how much makeup that man wears?
No, but I guess I need to go take it out. Do you feel like he's blending it well?
I don't. Probably better than Pete
Well, he
Hegseth.
probably has somebody do it for him.
Yeah. Let me see. Bret Baier. Let me see. So I can get.
Yeah, show me a picture.
Show you a picture.
I want to see his contour game.
Yeah, his contour game. Let me see. Let me see if I can find him.
Is he doing good? He must have someone doing a great color match on his foundation color, because that is a skill.
I mean, look at this makeup, Leslie.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second. Stand by, Leslie. Look at this photo you sent me yesterday. This is such a great photo, by the way.
I was really hoping you would open it on the show, and you did.
I did.
It's so funny.
We had a discussion about it yesterday. I'm like,
Okay, good.
I wasn't sure if it was a male gorilla riding a female gorilla. I think it's a female gorilla riding a male gorilla, which is appropriate.
Either way, delightful.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Look at this.
Oh. Okay.
That is a ton of makeup, Leslie.
All right. Definitely. We've got some contour bronzing going on.
Yeah.
He has contoured that nose.
Yeah. And look at under his eyes.
It is a beautiful job, by the way.
Yeah. How long does it take? You know, I'm going to hire a makeup artist to have me do me.
It's a nice beat. It's a nice beat he had there.
I just remember one time I was at a fire one time, and this guy was he was a good guy. I shouldn't make fun of him, but it was another reporter from a CBS station, and we were on a fire. Everyone's just grimy and dirty, and he's in the truck doing all his makeup and everything, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is why I can't be on TV, because I just can't do it. I'm lucky that I can comb my hair.
You can be on TV. You just got to take you as you are.
Well, I just wonder I was trying to show okay, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to do the interview with Bret Baier special report. And I need a makeup artist. There was I should have asked one of those guys that was at the wedding event thing. Who was doing makeup? Do my makeup like
Get
this
you
guy.
A professional makeup
I want
artist.
a Pete Hegseth, deal.
Yeah.
Because those guys wear a lot of makeup. So
honestly, we just need to throw a little powder on you, and you'd be fine.
There's a little adorable small child that's over here. Look at her. She's adorable. She has a little denim jacket on.
Cute little toe-headed child.
I know. Look at that child. Hello, sister. How are you? Hi.
Oh, she is cute.
She is so cute.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
She blew his.
Oh, thank you.
What a cutie patootie.
Oh my gosh. You should come on the show and talk to us. Bye.
Bye. That was
I love
delightful.
little kids. Little kids are delightful. Anyway, so we had this whole thing with Doge yesterday, and people were talking about that. And then yesterday they went after the Smithsonian. Trump did. Okay. And he said that what was it? What does he said here? I asked AI, what do you think this means? Divisive narratives and improper ideology. So, this is a system called Perplexity. It's perplexed by it. It says divisive narratives are stories or explanations that present society in overly simplistic terms, often as us versus them scenarios, portray one group as victims and another as perpetrators or threats, exploit fear and identity politics to create rift between communities, frame issues as zero-sum games where one group's gain is always another's loss. Improper ideology is ideology that are seen as detached from reality or facts. Belief systems that are flexible and resistant to criticism or contrary evidence. Worldviews that are perceived to undermine social cohesion or national unity. Perspectives that are considered too partisan or biased to be constructive in public discourse.
Cults do that too.
Yeah, I know. You can't talk about that. That's divisive. I mean, it's like it's one of those weird deals where you can like flip it around. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
You can flip it around and say that this is something that we don't like. This is devoid from reality. Mm-hmm. We can't talk about race because it makes you unhappy or sad. You know, that's detached from reality. Facts. That's just how it is. So,
which is interesting. If it's, I thought it was like facts don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't care. They don't care about your feelings. But that's the reality that we're facing now.
But I thought that was a mantra of a certain crowd.
Yeah, it is a mantra.
That seemed anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, facts are that. Here's some facts I live by. America has not always been the good guy. But we should always strive to be the best version of ourselves. That sometimes we make mistakes.
Right.
Like get into a signal chat. Or use emojis.
Well, hold on. Sometimes it's you get put into a signal chat you didn't ask to be.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff Goldberg didn't ask. Like, it makes you wonder, like, I think he was put in there on purpose.
Do you?
I think they put him in there on purpose.
Interesting. I don't know. It's been this has all been interesting to watch.
Why would you?
And depressing.
I mean, how stupid do you have to be? First off, like, if I'm in that position, like, I don't do like I do. Here's the extent of my group texts. Right, I have like a family one. Right, there's like 4 of us. I have one with significant others. I have one with you and Joe 3. I have one with like.
You know what's funny about our group text
and my
with
brothers.
you, me, and Joe 3?
Yeah.
Joe 3 doesn't get the group text. He gets a separate text just from you.
Does he really?
And then when I respond to our group text, he gets a separate text just from me with
That's
no context of the group chat. It's because he has a super old iPhone.
Oh my God. I thought he was up to date on stuff.
We're working on it.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
working on it.
Working on it.
Yeah.
But and then I sent my brother sumo wrestling videos
As you should.
because my mother begged me to stop sending them wrestling videos. She's like, "Stop it, please stop it."
Please stop.
She goes, "You're causing a rift in the family with your sumo wrestling videos." But I mean, I look at these guys, right, and like there's things I don't do. I don't do group texts like the big group text.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't.
They're a lot.
I don't use emojis. I don't even I find it hard.
Yeah, you're not an emoji guy.
I'm not an emoji guy. I'm not really emotive, you know.
No, you're not.
I don't wear
Not in text.
Look, I don't wear makeup. I don't, I just don't have time for that kind of nonsense. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, geez.
You're never getting invited to that group text.
No. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on. But I mean, here's the thing, right?
Either way, whatever's going on. I mean, we're witnessing some top tier gaslighting.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
no.
They're teaching like a master class for emotional abuse.
You know,
I'll give them that.
I have a relative, my grandmother's great-grandfather, my great-great-great-grandfather, I guess it is, was an officer in the Army. And he served in the post-Civil War Army. And they fought the Indians.
Right.
And they did some horrible things. And there was one battle, when the Cheyenne escaped Fort Robinson, Nebraska. They called it the Cheyenne Breakout, I think it was 1879. They were desperate to get out of there, right? They just wanted out, right? We were, I mean, that whole era is such a dark period in American history. And they got caught up in this like pit, basically, and they killed all these Indians, Native Americans. And it was my ancestor who stopped the fighting and went down into to pull a kid out, right? Now, in our current political context, we would gaslight that by saying, well, Indians deserved it. They deserved it. Like, did they? Objectively, can we say they deserved that? Did
Well,
they?
I mean, they were protecting.
They're protecting their families. They wanted out. They wanted to be free. They didn't want to be under the army supervision. But we're not in that conversation right now. We can't have those conversations now because it might upset someone's feelings. Oh, we didn't do that. Do I feel bad that happened? Yes, I do. Am I ashamed of my ancestor for participating in that? I don't know. I mean, do I feel like I should apologize to Native Americans? Certainly. That was my guy.
Well, I think the goal is to do better.
Yeah.
And that you listen.
Yeah, you do better. You
to
listen.
the other side.
You
'cause
listen.
There's context.
Yes. You accept that, we can do better.
Yeah. You said it. You accept that you can try and do better. I think it's really easy to be like, well, it's just how it was. Well, you can also grow.
Yeah.
You can also try to be better. Nothing is going to be perfect. It's all about mitigating harm.
Right.
That is mitigating harm. There's not going to be a utopian world. It's not possible.
The greatest standard of American freedom to me is living a world that we follow our laws, follow our rules, follow our best intentions, right? We admit that our mistakes. We admit that our mistakes. That we can say that we're sorry for things that we've done that maybe have hurt or damaged other people, and that is the highest ideal to me. But to some, not so much. And God forbid you're a student from another country and you say, I don't like that. I don't like McDonald's.
The video of the woman, I can't.
The Turkish woman.
Yes.
Yeah. From Tufts
arrested.
University.
That was a really hard thing to watch. It was very.
Oh, it was deeply troubling.
You can tell how scared and terrifying that was. And I don't know how you watch that and doesn't speak volumes.
Yeah. I mean, how many people do they need to arrest that woman? They used like 6 people. Mm-hmm. 6 masked people to pull her off the streets. I mean, she looked really dangerous to me. So
for speaking her mind.
Can't do
for
it.
speaking her yeah, right. I thought freedom. I thought it was a freedom of speech thing. She was here.
They're gonna look at
she was here legally.
They're gonna look at our records like, okay, wait a minute.
Fine.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
And if that's where it is, then that's where it is. But
you are not an American citizen based on this deal here. So, anyway, all right. Marjorie Taylor Greene, by the way, was screaming at people about going back to their countries, to British people. Go back to your country. God, someone send her back. All right, enough of this, Leslie. What did we learn today?
I learned that there was a female gorilla riding a male gorilla that I sent you.
I think so. And she might be pregnant too, because she's
good for her.
I'm just guessing.
Good for her.
I'm just guessing, but that's normal, right? I like the ones where the male gorilla constantly messes with the female gorilla. Have you ever seen those videos?
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like, he's kind of like.
I've also watched you in action, so. Yes.
And then she just loses it and goes after him. Love it. It just shows you that all men are the same. So
I also learned that I think you're shaping up some pretty good Women's Week content.
Week. Yes. All right.
You're onto something. Getting niche groups to represent their communities.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. Good deal.
I'm excited to watch that grow.
I learned that on Sunday there's an event that Jacoby's having. That's gonna.
Oh yeah.
People can go to Marble Falls if they win.
Yes. So exciting stuff happening at 2:00.
2:00. What is this camera angle? Gee, man.
Oh my God.
I don't know. These camera angles are a disaster. All right, Leslie, it's been a pleasure.
Always a
great
pleasure.
weekend.
Everyone have a good weekend.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hasta luego.
Thanks for joining us.